Hello, welcome again from Ben, KI7KY. I am in Ogden Bay, US-5967. This is where I've got my very first kilo. It's a very nice space out here, and getting ready to do a little activation. So I'm gonna get ready to do that right now. We're gonna look up the location here. And note again that I am in US 5967. Oops. So Delta November 31 Whiskey Echo is our current location. And I'm going to run back in here, and just so I can capture everything, turn on my dual clock, so we can put that over here. So we can see the clock. All right. So I know a few of my friends are out right now, so we're gonna try to see if we can work them today. I know we've got K7CO John should be out working right now, and KI7QCF. So KI7QCF looks like he's at 56 at 14056. So I'm gonna see if I can pick him up here. And unfortunately, Forrest, I'm not hearing you at this time. Let's see if we hear anyone else there. I know there was a little bit of a minor solar storm that came in today, but we'll see. The other person let's look for that should be closer here is K7CO. And there he is. He's at 14064. I know he's running QRP today as well, so hopefully we can hear him, but he's sounding not accessible right now. See if I can hear anybody coming back to him or anything as well. The other person that might be out here is NG7M. For some reason I'm having a difficult time with my wireless keyboard. I like to have a wireless keyboard over here. It just makes things a lot easier for me. So I'm just using my Logitech wireless keyboard. I just like how it's set up, but it seems like it might not be actually working. Okay, there we go. So we're using the N1MM for the logger again today. And let's go ahead and see how we look. What I might do is I might drop over and go to 40 meters or something like that and see if we can't work either 40 meters or we'll start on 20 and see if we can find a good spot here for us. There's a lot of stations out, and I don't hear very many of them. Let's see who else we can hear. See if we can work a couple of POTA stations that are out there right now. So this should be AA3RT operating here. See if we can hear him. Nope, I don't hear him. I do see a very loud station over here. at 62. Well, maybe we'll just try our luck and call a few CQs. So I'm going to go down to, let's go down to 40 or 38. Doesn't look like there's too many people in that area. Okay, here's a good one. This is probably the VA3 station, VA3 DXQ. Yep. Looks like my signal's not going out very strong right now. Okay, so we got our first one in here. Let's, I did notice I need to tune up a little bit here. So I'm going to just, because I should be operating 100 watts output and I was only getting about 40 or so. So let's just make sure we're tuned up and good to go here. See if we can find one more person. Looks like I just got to notice that Forrest has moved over to 40 meters. I'm going to go over and move over to 40 meters to see if we can't get him. So he is, let's see, where do we see that he came in at? 70425. Okay, so we're going to go 7042.5. That should put us right into where he should be. Let's see if we can hear him on CW. 7042.5. My rig control seems to not be working. Let me restart my N1MM and make sure that the rig control is working. A lot of times when I'm operating POTA, I just do a lot of the hand keying. I do more of the N1MM macro keying when I am running in a contest or things like that. But we'll see how this goes. So 7042.5, I believe it was. Yep. He's got a great signal. Hopefully I'm booming in there for you, Forrest. And excellent, we got Forrest in the log. Now we just got to get John to come over here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just go right here below him, and let's see if we can work some people here as well. We'll go to 41. And I'm going to go ahead and spot myself. At this point, I haven't spotted myself or anything yet. So, and Forrest is talking to me there as well. Sweet. Let's see here. Trying to get back to this. 7041.0 at US-5967, which should come in as Ogden Bay, which it did. And CW is what we're going to go for to start off here. I'm going to change my time down a little bit so it's a little more in time in between. I found that to be a little better when I'm doing POTA. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so you can hear my tones a little better as well. Let's see what we can hear. Now we'll see if we get any more takers. It's so far not looking super strong, but hopefully we should get spotted and people might come. The hard part that we have here in the western US is that we don't have nearly as many operators as there are back east. Just the density, the volume of operators within an area is significantly less. And that makes it so that 40 meters can be a lot more difficult for us to activate, or, well, to get a lot of things, especially during the day. So, it looks like we're not getting much. I'm going to, after this CQ, I'm probably going to jump up to 20 meters. Especially where we got some difficult band operations. So I can just jump, I don't know if, so I made it so I can just jump if I hit control page up. Or page down, then that makes it so I can just jump between bands very quickly, which is very helpful when I'm trying to just move places. And we're going to run down to about 14.038. Let's see how, because I know there was a lot of stations up in here. We've already worked this station right here. Let's see who this other station is because they seem pretty loud. Another POTA station, excellent. I should have tuned up. Okay, so he's trying to work another station. While he's doing that, I'm going to run over where I couldn't see any signals, and I'm going to just tune my rig. Since I hadn't tuned it since I'd gone to 40 meters. It looks better. Good solid 100 watts going out. I'm going to send it twice. I hear the other person there as well. ended in Y. I'm going to change my frequency though again so I don't have a collision. Now it looks like our friend went to 10 meters as well, so I'm going to try to get this QSO with Kevin real quick, and then I'll run over to 10 meters and see if we can't get forest again. Alright, let's go over and see if we can see where Forrest is at. He's at 10-28-044. I've got him on my ham alert so that whenever he comes online, I can always try to get a hold of my good friend. Definitely, that's been a very nice tool, ham alert, to be able to find people or states or countries or all kinds of things. So that's definitely a very nice tool. I'm not hearing you out here, unfortunately. So we're going to run back up to 20 meters and we can do another shot at Alpha Delta 0 India Mike. And then if not, then we'll go call CQ. There we go, we got you, Kevin. See if we can find another POTA station here. I'm just going to run back over and check the POTA spots page. I just don't want to be on top of anybody, just to be polite. So, looks like there's nobody here at 37. But they're going all the way up the spectrum, so probably just a little tougher. I know it is a little tougher conditions today, but we've only got 3 QSOs in so far. That's much slower than I typically go, but that's fine. We're just trying to get a couple of park-to-parks in. So now I'm gonna do a little CQ operation here, and let's do some running, see if we can get some people calling us here on 20 meters. Definitely gonna have a little more luck here. 14,037, I probably ought to respot myself as well. Got a 559 from Allen in Minnesota. Worked Julia the other day as well. See if we can get a few more takers. So there's a couple of good calls there. That's a real good signal coming out of Pennsylvania there, Mike. So real quickly, with N1MM, one of the great things is that I do have these various macros. So I've been using some of these. I've been using my CQ macro. I've been using my their call. I do have it set up to do some other things. So, and I'm just going to double check that I have it set up how I want it. So when I'm running, here's where I'm calling CQ POTA with my call sign. If they have a 599, this will actually give their call sign, do a 599 back. If I just want to do a TU right here, I can do a TU or a TU with my call. Thank you for with my call. But I'm probably going to change this. One thing I want to try to do is change this so that this is gives me an RTU, so received thank you, and I'm going to see if I can have it inject their name, which would be really nice, because then whatever name has come up over here, it can go ahead and do that for me. And then I can give a 73 ... That way, we're going to do an EE, excuse me, and then it'll do a ... That way I can automate the thank you when I'm doing this. The other things I do have is I have, their call sign with a 539, 559, 579, and 599. So I'm going to do a little bit more where I'm trying to do this just explicitly from rather than keying it. I'm going to see if I can do a little bit more, and I'm going to make this one a different one where I can give after I say thank you to their name, I'm going to do my signature, because I like to do about every three calls or so, I like to give my call sign as well, but I also like to be a little bit more efficient and not give my call sign at times. So that's where I'll give this kind of a little bit of a hybrid of how a lot of the POTA operators typically do it, but I usually don't send the back, I usually send the R instead. So I'm going to save this, and in fact I'm going to also copy those two down. There's two sections in here. There's a search and pounce messages that we use here, and I'm going to give this here. Let's see. I'm going to leave those for right now. And the one thing I do need to do is I need to change this and leave this as just my call, so that I can quickly give them my call. So my call, that's going to just give my call sign back to the end users. I say end users, back to the station that's giving me a call. So I'm going to try this with the name. Hopefully that should work and capture what's in this particular one, and we're going to give it a go. So this way I can do a little bit more automated communications, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm going to hit F2. And now I'm going to hit F3. And perfect. It sent everything for me. Now I'm going to hit F1 to call CQ again. I've also got it on repeat right here. There's the little arrow with the circle. That way it's going to repeat for me. I don't have to press anything. It's going to wait for however long I have configured, which right now is 2.7 seconds, for someone to answer me before it will automatically call CQ for me again. The other thing that I've done here is, thanks to Max, with Max NG7M, his help. Oh. I thought I heard a quiet one in there, but sorry, I really can't hear that pretty much at all, so I'm going to keep calling CQ. Okay, so I'm going to give him a 5.5, which is my oops. I hit my wrong F key. So we'll hit F9. Got a 549 from Joey, from good old South Carolina. I'm going to make one minor. Oh. Okay. So what I'm going to do, notice there's a bit of space in between my dips there at the end. I'm just going to take that extra space there. I didn't mean to put that in the first place. And now we'll get back to calling CQ. That should be a little bit more seamless. This time I'll probably hand key it. I just need to set up another one, probably another macro that has my call sign in it as well. So I can do that. Kind of like what I was doing before on F4. However, I usually like to leave F4. That's typically where you leave just your call sign. If you were going to call somebody, I leave that there, or if they want to repeat. Alright, so he's pretty weak. I'm going to give him a 539. I could definitely hear him pretty well. So, one thing I was talking about earlier, I have a call history file in here that helps me know who the US and the Canadian amateurs are. And so I was able to notice I keep getting the call histories filled in with the people's name and section. And so with the call history file that we've done here, that Max helped on, and this is what I was getting to earlier, that's how I'm being able to populate here in N1MM all of the stations that are giving me a call. Sorry, I keep saying users for kind of my job with software. So as of right now, I have a successful activation, so that's fantastic. Happy to have a successful activation. So I am operating my POTA a little differently. Oop. Excellent, we got Ricky out of Utah. So the tough part about this, sometimes you hit the wrong key, which I've done a couple of times here if you haven't noticed. But just trying to get used to practicing a little bit with communicating with this particular setup where I'm not keying with the keyer. Now, one thing I can do is I can also manually type some stuff in, and I'll show that in a minute. Got a great signal here, Philip. So a good little run there. In that scenario, I was able to use my Control K to send some custom code. So that way, instead of having to typing it in, having to use the macros, I hit Control K and then I can just key in whatever I want it to send for me. So that way I was able to, as that other station, KB6 November uniform came in for the park to park, I was able to give him my park number and custom stuff. So I'm going to slow down a little bit for this guy. I did that by using page down. So now I'm going to come back over, we'll call some CQ again. Dropped it down to about 20 words per minute just to go for any other little slower operators that would like to call. I'm going to check one more time to see if John happens to still be out here. It'll be nice to work him and see what other operators we've got on here. So it looks like John has left the building, and that's all right. We've got a few others here, though. Let's go look at and see if we can find some of these operators. Okay, so KB6NU, we've already worked him. That's why he is gray. I thought we had already worked this station. That was my first one. Yep, VA3. So 45.5 appears to be 80 India Mike, which we've already worked as well. If that's still the same person that's there, I believe it was Kevin. 51, I'm not sure who's there. But 52, I'm going to go a little off frequency of him. Okay, that should be, okay, good. Yeah, K50HY. Worked him several times. Great signal today. See, my signals or I'm not putting very good power output here on this frequency, so I moved to where I could see that it was clear, and then I'm gonna do a quick little tune and get back down. And my friend hit control down. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the little, when he transmits, there's three little bars right there, so I can know where I'm off. If I'm gonna be sending where it's red right here in the center. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to break through when you're running or when you're searching and pouncing. So letting these guys finish their QSO, and we'll pounce again. Well, his signal's substantially dropped off. There we go. So I'm going to let him go back to work. I'm not going to try to work him here. I'll let him go to work. $14,055. I'm not seeing anybody on there that is POTA based. So Alpha Echo 7 India perhaps. I don't think I'm hearing that station, so we're seeing one right here. And we're seeing one, there should be one at 66. But I'm not hearing one, so I'm actually gonna, just for fun, I wanna go see how 15 meters is, try to get off of this band here. So I'm gonna run up, since everybody's on there, just to see how the band conditions are. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just run up here and see what the FT8 frequencies sound like. Not a lot of signals. They actually sound kind of interesting. Let me change this back over to data side. We should get a better feeling of conditions. Yeah, they're not. The conditions are definitely not stellar, but you know, let's give 15 meters a try just for fun anyway, and see if we can get any takers on the 15 meter. We'll just go to a simple frequency, 21,055. And I'm going to tune up here in just a moment. Okay, so we should be good to go. I'm going to run a little bit faster here, but I'm going to just go up to 24. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is respot so people can find out where I'm at. 15 meters, 21.055. Oops, 21.055.0. It's helpful to put that .0 on the end there. Oh, and I hit F1 here instead of in here. There we go. So we should be spotted here shortly on the POTA spot page. And let's see what we can get out of 15 meters. Sometimes I'm more likely to get DX on here as well. But this way we can also give other people a band another opportunity to work this one as well. So we'll see how that goes. And now we have a friend that's pulled up too, looking at the antenna. See if he stops by to see what we're doing. Looks like he's gonna pull right back out. Don't mind a bit when people stop by. It's always fun to show them what we're doing. I'm going to keep going for a little bit just to make sure I got spotted, and the reverse beacon network should have hopefully gotten me as well. And often that's a useful thing to do. I'm going to come in here and look at the reverse beacon network. And see who's hearing me right now. So right now, WV4P. There's a couple of them. NG7M spotter can hear me. Okay, A7 OEI spotted me, but not a whole lot. So 15 meters, I think, is definitely getting gobbled up a little bit here by the band conditions that we're in. Okay, so not much happening there on 15 meters. So I'm gonna kick it back up to, go back down into 10, 20 meters, since that seems to be our best option right now. And we're gonna respot ourselves again. Seems like calling CQ is definitely our best option right now. I'm gonna run back to 14037 and see if it's still open. And looks like, and sounds like it is. Oops. Did that again. Let's go back in here before I spot myself. Alright. We're going to call CQ again. I'm going to speed up just a little bit. So that was interesting. His tone was slipping. He went down quite a bit from where he started. So very very interesting. I'm wondering if he is using a homebrew radio or something like that. Very nice signal there today, Brent. Well, there might have been a quiet one in there. Let's listen closely. Nope, didn't hear him. Very short and succinct. Very nice. He is really quiet. I think it's KI8. go. Haven't heard Les on for a little bit. Nice to see you today, Les. Great signal. Thought I heard someone in there. I think I worked with him earlier. Sounds like he has changed or not, or stopped calling. Maybe he was trying to call someone else. Well, we got a little winged friend that came in here and joined us. There he went back out. Good. So I got his color right. Well, we're getting close to being done. I think I'm going to probably clean up after a couple more QSOs. But all in all, a successful activation. Looks like Max is finally on. He got spotted at 21,056. So there we go there. Of course, we'll finish up with our friends that we have here. Okay, good. Vern, I worked Vern again the other day as well, so nice to see you on again, Vern. Alright, so I'm going to run over here and I'm going to turn off my clarifier first. I'm going to run and it looks like he just got, Max just moved, so let's, he went to 140645, so let's go there and see if we can hear Mr. Max. Oh, look at that. Let's give him a quick call just for fun. Always have a good time talking with Max and those guys. Alright, we'll run back down to 14037, maybe give a few more CQs, just because we're having a good time right now, so we're gonna... Oops. Let's slow that back down. There we go. Max is a pretty amazing operator. He actually worked at Swains Island and a few other places as well, a few other expeditions. So he's a very tenured, very capable CW operator. Fun to work him. I believe he's actually out at Antelope Island right now. Yeah, I worked Mark again recently as well, so. Alright, well, I think that was a good run. I'm going to go ahead and clean back up again, but definitely had a good time. It was fun to practice a little bit with just operating primarily from my keyboard. Sometimes I would go back and forth between the keyboard and the actual key. I have this old key here, this paddle that I have had. I believe I got this when I graduated from high school back 1993. So that was compliments of my father, and still making great use of it. I do like the fact that I can change the speed on it very quickly with just turning the knob. I also do need to get some other keys just so for when I'm going on other POTA activations where I want to lighten it up a little bit and things like that. But still having a great time working from the keyboard and the key, and working all of you awesome POTA hunters. So appreciate your time and your patience, and hope you enjoyed today. 7-3, we'll see you at the next activation.